I've decided to cook us dinner tonight from this book that my mum and I co-wrote, and it's pork and apple pies. It's absolutely delicious. So pork and apple pies is really easy when you bought short crust pastry, but for this recipe I decided to go through my mom's archives. So I found one on her external hard drive, and the lovely thing about my mom is she always left little notes, or extensive notes like on this one. So there's a whole paragraph before the recipe and a whole paragraph after the recipe, but it's super easy to make a short crust recipe. The biggest stuff I could find was this one. You need double the amount of flour to your butter. So this is 250 grams of flour. Does the job, look there. And it's pretty. I wanted to show you this because this is a vital step. What this does is incorporates air into your flour, which results in a lighter crust. So contrary to popular belief, it's not to get the lumps out. It's to incorporate air. Okay, we're almost done. Because what you're going to do now is you're going to take very cold butter. This is the secret to a short crust pastry. You don't want it to warm up, so you've got to work quick. I've cubed 125 grams butter. It's in the fridge. Okay, cubed butter. The only reason you want to cube it is because you're gonna get your hands dirty now, and you're gonna almost like scones or scones. You're going to again want to incorporate some air, and you're going to just rub the butter into your flour. So my mom wrote a sweet short crust pastry. She added some caster sugar and lemon zest. I can only imagine that'll be delicious. But for today, I'm making a savory dish, so I'm not going to add the caster sugar or the lemon, but I'm going to season it at least with some salt. So as you can see, it looks like fine breadcrumbs. Butter is nicely incorporated into the flour. I don't want to overwork it. If you overwork it, you're going to start developing the gluten, and then you're going to get a sticky dough rather than a crumbly dough. Now I'm going to add an egg yolk. I've already separated it. I've got some ice cold water here. If I see that it's not working, it's not coming together, which you can already see it's not. So you're just going to add a little bit of water at a time. Okay, don't get the ice block in. Oops, you didn't see that. You can get more water. So this is where you kind of use your instinct, use your gut. Remember I said in one of the videos, baking is a science. It's all about alchemy and the coming together of your ingredients in the right way, under the right conditions. So you can take a tablespoon, you can add a tablespoon of water at a time, because at the end of the day you want a firm dough. Now I'm going to tip it out onto the counter. I'm going to form a little ball. So it's you can see it's probably going to become very crumbly once we bake it. I just want it to come together, and that's as easy as it is. I never seasoned it, but we'll pretend I did. Don't really want to knead your dough. Okay, that looks good. What you want to do, you want to shape a little disc, or a disc like this. Oh, it feels fantastic, I'm telling you. This is a good result. How lovely is this thing? And then you need to refrigerate this again. Okay. Cover it nicely, don't let it dry out in the fridge. See? Good dough. Now we're going to make the actual filling for our pork and apple pies, and it's so easy. So first of all, if you buy store-bought short crust pastry, half the work's done for you. Why are you looking up there? Are you seeing that freaking bottle? Go away. Right. Is that better? Okay, I was saying, if you buy the short crust pastry, pre-prepared short crust pastry, half the job's done for you, because another life hack here, we're going to use the meat from store-bought pork sausages, so you don't have to season the mince or anything. The pork mince, that is. You can, of course, get your own pork mince if you can find in store and season it yourself. So, don't you like my little milk jug? I think it's the best thing ever. So, what we're going to do, these are normal pork sausages, right? And we're going to, I hope this works, because the last time I made this recipe, the butchers used proper casings, not this fake stuff. Okay, it's working. Now, as you can see, here's another hack for this recipe, okay? I did everything from scratch, because I like everything from scratch, except for the mince. So I've already blitzed my breadcrumbs. It's just plain brown bread. Plain brown bread. It was about 3 slices or 4 slices. I'm only going to need half a cup. Even the best seasoned cooks, just do it now. Just do it. Always take the blade out of the machine, right? It's going to have chaos if you don't. For this, I'm only going to need half a cup. Let's do this. Little fallout doesn't matter. Because, again, we're not baking. It's not science. Oh yeah. Okay, I've got my 500 grams of pork mince, which comes from pork sausages. Then my mom says, well, this is actually my recipe, so if it flops, it's all on me. 250 ml milk. I'm going to pour half in because I've evolved a little bit since 1979. Wait, 1997. Then seedless raisins. We know pork goes very well with some sweetness. Looks a lot. Then, okay, 15 ml or a tablespoon of ground coriander. Okay, again, I'm just eyeballing this because that looks like a lot. Then 15 ml prepared English mustard. Now for this recipe, look, it's not going to burn, I promise you. But I only had Dijon mustard in my fridge, but this is a great Dijon mustard. It's full of flavor. And believe it or not, mustard brings savoriness, aka saltiness. Some dried thyme, obviously, if you prefer fresh thyme. And then, right, now I'm going to show you something. I love this. I love chopping stuff, especially when it comes to finely chopped. So we're going to get rid of this little knife, because when you're chopping ingredients, you actually want this manière. I love Wusthof knives. I promise you they're not paying me. Now to sharpen this, okay, you're going to swipe towards yourself and you're going to go left, right, front, back, front, back. Please, this is not a Gordon Ramsay show. No, I'm going to chop a finger off. For front, back, and that's it. Enough. You'll have a very sharp knife. Now I'm only going to need about 30 ml of freshly chopped parsley. Careful of your fingers. You're going to hold the front of your knife like this. You don't want anything under the blade except for food. And then you're just going to rock. With your fingers on the blade, you're holding it in place and you're just moving up and down on the butt of the knife, okay? Okay, and you bring it together. Then you feel so chefy. It's amazing. And you can move the angle a bit. Just keep an eye on your herbs to monitor how finely chopped you want them. Because once you get into the rhythm of this, sometimes you can't stop. It's just like, no. Okay. See, on your blade of your knife, you can kind of see it's nice and fine. Please don't cut yourself. This blade is very sharp, okay? So, that's way more than 30. The blade is very handy to do that. Put a bit more in. Parsley gives it some nice freshness. Parsley, and then 2 eggs. Did you see what I just did? That's another good trick. So you just bang the 2 eggs together. Please don't go dwah! But you just gently, and I guarantee you only 1 egg will break. 1 eggshell, okay? And you gently break it in there. I always have paper towel handy. I go through paper towel like crazy. Now you see, 2 eggs, only 1 will break. Look at that. Okay? Very easy. So I'm just gonna break the eggs kind of like this because almost pretending. Okay. Now, you see, I'm so happy I didn't add all that milk. Okay? Nothing, there's no hard and fast rules when you're cooking with love and cooking with feeling. Okay? So I'm actually gonna add all the pork sausages. That's my little Bella baby doggy that you're hearing. So this was a whole 750 grams, which works better because I haven't seen a 500 grams pork sausage sold in the shops for quite some time. It's either $3.75 or $7.50. So this makes more sense. Okay? By now, your pastry is probably nicely rested in the fridge, and then I'm going to blind bake them a bit. Blind baking means you put them in the oven without a filling. You can weigh them down with some baking beads if you have. Otherwise, I don't have baking beads. Right. First, flour. It looks very short, I'm just going to say. Short means it's going to be very crumbly. What's nice about making your own pastry, I can see the butter in the pastry. Now, if you've got store-bought pastry, it will more or less be a good thickness. So you want to roll your pastry if you've made it, I'd say 2 or 3 millimeters. You know what? Just imagine you bought it, because I'm sure all of us have bought pastry at one point in time. And you don't want it too thick. You don't want it too thin either. Oh, that's why I'm getting hot. The oven is on. Okay, I've rolled my pastry out. The oven has been preheating at 200 degrees Celsius. Now I'm going to, trust me on this, okay? I'm just making a little indentation, okay, to get an idea. And then I'm going to cut it. Now, I'm going to line my baking dish, and I've already prepped the baking dish with some non-stick spray. Okay. Now I'm going to cut the excess off. You want to cut your pastry slightly bigger, okay? Because pastry tends to shrink. Okay, nicely prepped pastry cup. I'm going to do the other 6, and I'm going to bake them for 10 to 15 minutes in the oven before we put the filling in. Okay, see you then. I've taken my pastry cups out of the oven, and I'm so impressed. There was basically no shrinkage. Okay, I'm gonna put my filling, my pork filling, in. These are red apples that I've left in some water with lemon juice in. I've sliced them thinly, but they were massive apples. So what you want to do, you want to kind of put them, you know, into the mixture like that, but they're a bit big. So what we should do is just halve them. and you can just decorate it to your heart's content. This apple makes it very delicious. Yeah, these apples are quite delicious. We're gonna eat them all now. Okay, so once you've got your little apple forests in, you're gonna pop your tartlets in the oven for about 20 minutes.
Hi.
Our pork pies are ready. And let them chill there for 20 minutes. Look at that. Ooh, perfect. Hey, little pork pie. And then just a fresh little garden salad. And I put pineapple in because pineapple, this is a basic garden salad, and you can just dress it with a little vinaigrette. And Bob's your uncle. Pork and apple pies.